has now come to present the 2011 President's Award. According to the criteria, we present this prestigious award to a graduating senior who has clearly demonstrated outstanding service and positive leadership through engagement in the life of our university and the wider community. It is especially important to me as your president that the recipient has also succeeded academically while enrolled as a full-time student and has exhibited the attitudes and behaviors that are consistent with our university mission statement and core commitments. Barry University is committed to the transformation of our students and society through our academic life and through the variety of programs, services, and opportunities that we provide to help you, our students, develop into mature, socially responsible adults. I reviewed the nominations and supporting materials for 6 excellent student leaders. It is clear to me that this year's recipient is an outstanding student and student leader. Those who nominated this student used words and phrases like mature, caring, positively energetic, hardworking, amazing, highly motivated, intelligent, and a really likable person. One member of the university community wrote that the Barry mission is very clearly reflected in this student's life. Time does not permit me to cite all of the testaments we receive to this student's capabilities and achievements, or the variety of this student's university and community service. I will mention a few. This year's recipient will graduate with 2 degrees, a BS in biology and a Bachelor of Fine Arts in music. Despite an extremely demanding class schedule, this awardee was a resident assistant, volunteered in the Student Health Center, was president of Barry's undergraduate chapter of the American Medical Student Association, organized a bone marrow drive contributing over 150 registered bone marrow donors to the national database, volunteered at the Tropical Audubon Society, removing exotic plants to maintain the natural foliage of our South Florida area, performed vocal, percussion, organ, and piano works for the student evening masses in Koryezu Chapel, tutored and gave free piano lessons to children in the area, and worked as a lab assistant. And then, when this recipient went home to Long Island, he volunteered in a number of agencies in the community. Having received early acceptance into medical school, this year's outstanding senior will soon begin to realize the dream of becoming a doctor. How fortunate the world will be to have a physician who will minister to patients with the same zeal and zest for life that we have witnessed in this Barry student. As a transfer student, this year's awardee reflected on his 3 years with us at Barry. He wrote, "I'm thankful for all of the positive experiences and memories that I have forged, and will never forget the impact that this institution has had on my mental, spiritual, and professional progress. I owe my motivation and my emphasis on service to those faculty, staff, students, and friends who have given me the opportunity to shine and succeed within my 2 paths of study. I shall be very proud to claim this soon-to-be graduate as an alumnus of Barry University. And earlier this afternoon, thus my reason for walking in late, presented the 2011 President's Award to Fred Bertino, who unfortunately cannot be here for an amazing reason. Since Fred is graduating with 2 majors, while we're here enjoying one another and this dinner, Fred is in the Broad Auditorium at the world premiere of a musical piece that he composed, one of several, entitled Overture for the Human Spirit, that will be and is being performed with a 17-piece orchestra on the stage of the Broad Auditorium. On Thursday afternoon, just after I had made my decision, having reviewed the vitae of these 6 amazing student leaders, Fred met me outside of my office. I was thrown. I never expected to run into him. And he was walking with a flyer for the musical showcase that's taking place in the auditorium. Sister Linda, he said, I so want you to be there for my performance. And I'm looking at him and I'm trying not to show anything on my face, which is very hard for me to do. And I said, you know I know you, but I can't think of your name. I'm trying to buy time for myself. And so he said, Sister Linda, it's Fred. I said, oh yeah, right, Fred, your last name begins with a B, right? And he said, yes, Bertini, don't you remember me? I said, yes, Fred, I do remember you. So I explained to Fred that I would not be able to be at a concert, and I'm thinking to myself, and that means he's not going to be with us tonight to receive this award. And so we all put our heads together and decided that I would go to the Broad Auditorium at 4 o'clock, and in front of the orchestra and the chorus that was there, and Fred's family who came in from New York, and our faculty and members of the public who came to enjoy the concert, I presented the 2011 Excellence Award to this graduating senior who now carries the President's Award of Barry University on his vitae, Fred Bertino. Again, I want to thank you students